the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
If you want to be the best, you got to be a fighter.
The fans just put on the show.
It is going to come down to who won it the most.
It's automatically motivated. They know it's on the count of that. Control our own destiny. We got to win every one.
Hustle, work our butts off. We prepare every game like it's our last.
If you want to be the best, you've got to show desire.
There is certainly a nip in the air, and hopefully you've had some time to thaw before some ball. Girls Conference Championships could be clinched tonight for Belmont and Central Noble. We're going to head to both Decatur and Albion in a second. But first, the SAC boys race continues to heat up, and Andy McDonald joins us now with your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Andy.
Hey, thank you, Glenn. It may be cold outside. The Bruins of Northrop certainly not going into hibernation. Coming into tonight, Northrop alone atop the SAC standings with a perfect 5-0 record in conference. Two teams, they came in one game back of the Bruins. That includes Homestead, ranked 5th in this week's Class 4A state poll. Homestead at Northrop. It's your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Northrop obviously undefeated, but still feeling a little lack of respect. Homestead, a measuring stick in this conference the last few years. Kamani Smith, the sophomore, getting them started right for Northrop. On the other end, Xavier Overstreet also matches him with a triple of his own. It's a 30-27 Sparty advantage at the half. The gym getting loud after the break. Luke Goody, the back cut and the finish at the hoop. The super sophomore had 18, but Sidney Curry, he also gets going after the break. The give and go to the big ticket, the big Bruin with the hammer. Northrop takes the lead into the fourth, but Zach Brant Miller ties this thing up at 50 with 4.5 to play. That's when the Bruins bring out the old stall. Yeah, just wait around. Cue that Jeopardy music. Glenn, any big plans this weekend? Nothing. Bueller. Hopefully shave. We can only hope. Bueller. They still wait. Well, they trade free throws late and finally start playing with 15 seconds left. They draw it up a play, but they don't get a shot off. We go to overtime, tied at 52. The Bruins, they come together and they get it to Curry with a pair of emphatic slams on the inside. Northrop, they would go on to win this one 68-62 in overtime to move to 6-0 on the year in conference.
I think we earn respect as a team and me myself. Let's just stick to the game plan with Coach Halford and really just contributing to the team. So yeah, really we're 6-0 in the SAC. A couple more games to go in the SAC and we'd be good. So really just our confidence is really high right now. So we got to build off that for a game tomorrow. So really just our confidence is very high.
We got to tee up because we know this is a big game. Knocked down our free throws and see what to do.
Coach talked a little bit about respect earlier this week, about maybe people didn't think you were as good as you were. Do you think you proved how good you guys were tonight?
Definitely. We made a big statement tonight beating them. A lot of people doubted us, didn't think we were going to win. A lot of people picked against us. But after tonight, I think we made a statement.
6-0. Next up, Northrop is at Marion tomorrow, while Homestead is at Canterbury on Thursday. Glenn, back to you.
All right, they are the team to beat, no doubt. Hey, like Homestead, Carroll came into the night a game behind Northrop for first in the SAC. Chargers at a Snyder team needing a win to keep their conference title hopes alive. First quarter, David Edja, one of the top seniors in the SAC, muscles his way for two. He had 24 points. That would lead everyone. Chargers with a 4-point lead here, but Michael Ely, the super soft, nails the jumper on the turnaround. You're going to see Edja, though, off the loose ball in his hands. It's a good place to be. Carroll up by 4. You're going to see Jermaine Woods here for Snyder. They give him time. He would hit. This one goes to overtime, and it's Carroll keeping pace in the SAC race. They win it 58-51 in OT. Concordia also came into the night in the title hunt. The Cadets 3-2 in SAC play, trying to make it 4-2 at By-Hay Arena. That guy was happy because he likes this shy win. Outside for a 3, and the Legends up early. Alec Barkowiak, though, answers with a 3 of his own for the Cadets. And Coach Phil Brackman's team, they've been playing some good basketball. Adam Gottschalk gets the swipe off the rebound, then drills the 3. Gottschalk had 11. Cadets up by 5. And then it's Braden Pearson. Little turnaround here. He had 17. That's a game high as Concordia wins at By-Hay, 55-37. Good matchup at Southside. The Archers hosting a solid Bishop Dwenger squad. We picked this one up in the first quarter. JT Langston Jr., 6'7", and shows the range right there. Then you'll see Hayden Smithy right at the end of the first quarter. He would beat the first quarter buzzer with the 3. He had 17 points. That would lead the Saints. They were up 14-8 after 1. Second quarter, the momentum shifting. Cameron Mitchell, 3-ball, good. Later, it's beating the press, the Saints. Smithy to John Hoffman for a pair, but JT Langston Jr. had himself a night. Good feed here from Austin Jordan for the punch. Langston had 25 as Southside wins 56-45. Last stop in the SAC, Lures looking to pick up that first conference win. The Knights making the short drive over to Wayne. Michael Murphy trying to make it happen and squared. Good from 3. The Generals, though, countered. Cam Starks, he hits the pull-up right there. Wayne out to a 13-4 lead. Second quarter, Sean Farrell above the rim, skying for the lefty stuff. 25-13, Generals in the lead. You had to love it. Jalen Causey downtown for Fonzo White's team cuts it to a 3-point Wayne lead, but Craig Young, he's a man inside, going to play his college football at Ohio State. Wayne wins this on a Tim Kinney jump bucket at the buzzer, 65-63 over Lures. Rematch of the ACAC title game. That was just 2 weeks ago. Adams Central led that one at halftime, but ended up falling by 14 to Heritage. AC going inside in the first. Ben Voirel with the and one. Jets in control early, but Cameron Mitchell, one of the best in the ACAC, a little mid-range jumper there. Then Alec Burton, he was your ACAC tournament MVP. Burton gets the deuce, and Heritage taking back control of this one. You'll see Cameron Mitchell score on the inside as Heritage beats AC for the second time in 2 weeks, 59-46. In the NACC, Westview 6-0 in conference play. The Warriors ranked 5th in this week's 2A state ball. They were hosting Eastside. Coach Ryan Abbott's team looking good here. That was Alex Yoder for the 3 for the men in green. But you know what? Elijah Hales shows you why he was an Indiana Junior All-Star, the White Mamba with the 3. He had 16, and Charlie Yoder, what a season this kid is having. He had 29 and 7 tonight as Westview stays perfect in conference with the 64-31 win over the visiting Blazers. At 5-1 in conference, Central Noble came in just a game behind Westview as the Cougars hosting Busco. Picked this up in the third. Lucas Deck spitting and hitting Ridley Zolman for 3. Central Noble up 45-30, but in the fourth, Busco chipping away. Gage Kelly with the layup, and Busco all the way back to go up 1, 51-50. Later in the fourth, the freshman Connor Asijian for 3 of his 18. It's a 2-point lead for Coach Bodie and the Cougs. Busco with the steal. Jackson Paul, the coach's kid, lays it in. We're tied at 53. But in the final seconds, Central Noble seals this one and wins it from the line as Central Noble takes it 55-53 as Busco's final shot does not go.
So we just came in and we knew they were going to fight hard, and as a team we came together and we realized that they weren't going to back down, and we had to come together and we just had to get our energy going, and it feels great. You know, it was a tough battle throughout the whole game.
It's so much fun. I was up last night like excited about this game. I couldn't sleep because of it, and it's always a good time beating them.
I'm just proud of the way our kids responded to adversity tonight. They went through some adversity. They responded really well.
I feel like John Bodie's been yelling a little. Hey, let's go to Paul Bateman Gymnasium now. Garrett taking on a Lakeland team looking for its 3rd straight dub. Bryce Wilson looking good here for Garrett. He drills the triple, but Lakeland up 7-5 in the first. Lakeland, you're going to see them work the fast break. Kaylin Kentz inside with the layup. Lakeland now up 12-5. More from Lakeland. Braden Bontrager left alone, and he hits the 3. He knew it was good coming out of the hand. 15-5, Lakeland in the lead. And then in the second quarter, it's Jayshawn Poole off the turnover for the layup. Lakeland wins it by 30, 47-17. Huge game at the Tigers Den in Warsaw. The Tigers 4-0 in conference play. Doug Ogle in Warsaw hosting Northwood. We pick this one up as the Tigers sharing the ball early. Jalen Reese, the beneficiary, gets the and one down low. Panthers coming back in transition. Nick Bean off glass, fundamentally solid. Check out this sequence. Northwood's Trent Edwards comes up with the steal, but Nolan Groninger pokes the ball ahead to Reese, who would find fire it all the way down court to Luke Adamek for the score. Adamek had 13. Northwood trying to keep it close. That's Ben Vincent with the deuce, but too much Warsaw, too much Groninger. He had 20 points as Warsaw wins it to stay unbeaten in conference, 61-47. If you're a basketball purist, this is a real treat. Blackford sophomore Luke Brown leading the state in scoring, 38 points a game, playing for this guy, 84-year-old coach Jerry Hoover. Well, in the first quarter, Brown doing what he does and scored. You saw the layup. Then he gets the 2 here. ESPN going down tomorrow to Blackford to check it out, maybe doing a 30 for 30 on this team. I'm serious, and they're good. Brown had 20. Eastbrook in the second. That was Dylan Bragg for 3, but Brown with 2 of those 20 coming up here as Blackford wins it 70-51. Seriously, catch this team. They are fun to watch. Hey, from the leading scorer in the state to the number 3 scorer in the state, Fort Wayne native Jalen Blackman averaging just over 30 a game as a sophomore for Marion. They were taking on Logansport. That was Tucker Platt and Will Penning with a little back and forth. Later in the fourth quarter, Rashid Jones to Karan Howard, finally to Andreas Aguilar with the bucket. 83-70 Marion in the lead. You're going to see Howard to Jalen Thomas for the layup as Marion goes on to beat Logansport by a final of 91-74. Blackman had 32. Yeah, we're going to hit the brakes for a quick timeout now, but in 2 minutes, the girls will take the center stage here on the Highlight Zone. In the Northeast State, Belmont looking to clinch the conference title outright. Would Leo stand in the way in Decatur? Homestead looking to finish its 4th straight undefeated season of SAC play. And Central Noble looking to finish unbeaten in the regular season. See if the Cougs could sew up the NECC. All next in the Zone.
I'm Eric Wedge. Welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Good to have Wedgie back in town. Hey, after 14 straight losses to Norwell, Belmont finally got over the hump last week. The Squaws topping the Knights to take control of the Northeast State title race. A win against Huntington North last Friday, you saw here on the Highlight Zone, clinching at least a share of the conference championship. Tonight, Belmont looking to run the table in the NE8 and win conference outright. And we are going to get to it as we get to the highlights. We're talking Andy Hyman Company, and we pick it up in the third quarter. Emma Keene off the rare Belmont miss. She gets it, sticks it back, and gets the foul. Double-digit lead for Belmont. Now Leo trying to chip away. Hannah Adams inside for 2, but it's a 40-20 advantage Belmont. Megan Busick left alone. That's a problem. She had 18. And then it's Busick finding Grace Hunter. The senior had 20 to lead the Squaws as Belmont wins it 62-26 to clinch their 2nd conference title outright in the last 3 years.
Man, it feels great. All this work we put in, it finally paid off. Finally, it's awesome. I'm really proud of my teammates. They played really well tonight. Megan had some great shots, and our defense was pretty good, and I'm just proud of my teammates.
Oh, it feels great. You know, this is one of our goals that we had at the beginning of the year. You know, to go undefeated in our conference, that's a pretty tough conference. It's always a good feeling.
Yeah, Belmont faces Norwell again to open sectionals Tuesday night down in Ossian. Should be an awesome environment. Let's stay in the Northeast State. Let's go to Weeks Gymnasium. Columbia City hosting New Haven. Third quarter is where we pick it up. And Columbia City rolling. Grace Schrader from the corner. Bottom. Then, you know, this is fundamentally sound. Perfect example of the pick and roll. Schrader to Rebecca Marshall for the easy 2. New Haven would get out in transition here. Avarcia Nard lays it in for the Bulldogs, but Columbia City wins by 50, 72-22. In the SAC, Homestead clinching the conference title last Friday. Spartans trying for their 4th consecutive undefeated season of regular season conference play. Second quarter, Ayanna Patterson, the freshman had 28. It's 41-13. Sydney Graber going to play her college ball at Central Michigan. The steal, the spin, the score. Graber with 16. It's a 45-13 lead. Destiny Jackson. The bank open late on a Friday night, but it's Homestead finishing off another undefeated SAC season, 86-44. Staying in the SAC, we got a good one. Wenger, 5-3 in conference. Southside, 6-2. First quarter, Darian Hackbarth, corner 3, and Southside in the lead. Dwenger responding. Maggie Cheever stopping, popping, hitting. But it's a 29-15 lead for Southside after one. Emma Lyons drills the three there in the second. You're going to see Yasmin Dixie to Alea Chapman here. The story of the night really, though, was JC Jones. She hit 9 threes to set a school record as Southside rolls over Dwenger 82-57. Concordia will host sectionals next week. The Cadets ranked 13th in 3A, closing out the regular season just down the road at Northside. Meg Barkley with the bucket right there for the Cadets. And then the school's all-time leading scorer, Carissa Garcia, nails the J. The Cadets open on a 7-zip run. Northside's Nia Coleman. Been a bright spot for the Legends all season long. Nails to the three. And you'll see CeCe Calloway get all the way to the rack as Concordia wins on the road to close out the regular season 64-25. Moving on to some more SAC action. Bishop Lures at Wayne. The Knights coming in winners 5 of their last 6, so playing pretty well as the postseason about to begin, and a parent scoring inside against the Generals. Then Janiyah Bright gets inside as well. Nice move to get the deuce. Maya Jackson. She's been one of the go-to players for the Generals all season long, but you're going to see Bright come up with the 2 here as Lures wins this one on the road, 69-14 at Wayne. Final stop in the SAC, we're talking Kilmer Court. Snyder hosting Carroll. We picked this one up in the third. Snyder leading by 15. Jasmine Anderson trying to cut into that lead off glass right there. Anderson had 8. Later, Snyder's Nyasia Hardy, the youngster with the bucket. Snyder up 33-16. You're going to see Anderson pick up a 2 right here, but it's Snyder winning on their home court 46-37. In the NECC, Central Noble trying to finish the regular season a perfect 22-0. The reigning state champs facing Busco. Senior Malia Leatherman came in with 999 career rebounds there. It's a highlight because that's number 1,000. They stopped to honor her, and you certainly have to love it. 1,000 rebounds in her career, and her family there to see it. Hey, Central Noble, they're good at basketball. That was an Anna Stainer for the bucket. Central Noble out to a 9-zip lead. Busco's Maya Bear drills the triple there, but Leatherman going to play some college ball at St. Francis when it's all said and done. She gets the 2 as Central Noble wins 70-18. They win the conference title outright. Hey, last stop for Prep Hoops. We're talking a 14-win Lakeland team at an 11-win Garrett squad. Third quarter action, Faith Owen. Nobody picks her up, and she finds the open layup. 25-24, Garrett takes the lead on that bucket. Bailey Hartzall, though, for Lakeland. Good cut, good find, good bucket. That ties it at 30. In the fourth, you'll see Mackenzie Castleman nail the 3. Garrett takes the lead. They go on to win 52-44. Comets, Hoosiers, and your Highlights Zone Play of the Week up next after the break.
We're the Cougars shuffling through.
The other teams make you say PU.
Your play of the week is next, so stay tuned.
It is time for your play of the week, and if one dunk is good, doing it twice is nice. How about Sydney Curry? 2 huge jams in overtime. The future Miami Redhawk leading Northrop to a win. He had 20 points. They beat Homestead to stay undefeated in the SAC, and they are your team to beat here in the Summit Athletic Conference. Hey, Friday night, how about some Big Ten basketball? Hoosiers trying to snap a 5-game skid facing number 5 Michigan. And, you know, if it came in bad, it went from bad to worse in a hurry. That was Charles Matthews with the 3, then John Teskey with the dunk. Michigan out to a 17-0 lead. Not going to win a lot of games doing that. 10 minutes in is when IU gets its first field goal. That was Al Durham, 33-18. That was the score at halftime, and Michigan just buried them at Assembly Hall. Hoosiers lose their 6th in a row, 69-46. The Mitzvah Shrine Circus at the Coliseum this weekend, so the Comets naturally are on the road. The K's at the Indy Fuel tonight. We pick it up in the first period, and it's Matthew Thompson for the Fuel beating Lucas Hafner. 1-zip Indy Fuel in the lead. 2 minutes later in the first period, Ryan Rupert off the nice feed. Not a great night for the Comets. They fall in Indy tonight by a final of 5-0. They're off tomorrow, but at Wheeling on Sunday, puck dropping 3:05 against the Nailers. Hey, that'll do it for this week's edition of the Highlight Zone. See us next Friday where we've got girls sectional semifinals.